Make sure you fix your angle. Get up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Stephen Martinez, and you're probably thinking, where the hell's Big Dog at? Why is he not there? And why?
Protect myself from COVID virtually. As you can see, first off, before we go on and you introduce me and all that other stuff, and I want to say two things. It is weird to be on camera and do this whole, but I'm here. Secondly, sorry for the 1 minute lateness. And thirdly, this is hard to see with a green screen behind me because there's green in the mask. So get your Nick and Steph show mask.
There you go.
Right
baby.
now
Look at that.
on 3clipsmedia.com/shop with base. Get it now. Y'all know the vibes.
Nice.
We're going to plug that again at the end of the show.
He comes on as a guest and he's shilling the. You know what?
Show the merch, There's some other merch on my shirt, but we'll get there in a minute. We get there.
Hey, man. I'm not mad at it. So
it is the
when we posted that you were going to be a guest host yesterday, we basically suggested, okay, there's going to be some headlines made on this show. We're going to make some people angry, okay? And that is, unfortunately, that is my plan. Now, Big Dog's a nice guy. Big Dog doesn't want to upset anybody. Big Dog
make everybody angry today. Are you ready? You ready to get everybody angry? Let's get everybody angry from the top of the show, right?
Nick is a good guy. But let me just start off with this. So I did the duty when you have a show of watching the NBA All-Star game last night. And I said to myself, okay, let's check this out. Let me be the appropriate journalist and watch this game and see how it looks, and in the middle of a pandemic, and is the same type of flair going to be involved in these games as it would be during a regular All-Star game? And the answer was simply, oh, hell no. I couldn't do it. I sat through a half and I said to myself, you know what? I respect the NBA for trying.
So here, ready? Let's just go real. Let's give him some real bluntly stated maturation. Are you ready? Everybody, get mad if you want. I don't care. Doesn't matter. There are no great basketball players in basketball today because everybody's friends. There are no friends in competition, period. You can't be friends with your competition publicly. Now, privately, what you do in your own spare time is your business. It's all cool. It doesn't matter. But publicly, you're supposed to go out there and at least play like you want to throw a basketball at somebody's neck. I don't care if it's the All-Star game. You got to play like you want to throw a basketball at somebody's neck. And last time I checked, LeBron hasn't thrown basketballs in nobody's neck. So I don't want to hear nothing. Where's Kobe at? I'm tired. I'm bad. Basketball is a dub. We're not having none of that. It was awful. Kayla's right. And
it's what made it harder for me was you see the love fest that Kobe and that LeBron and Steph Curry had on Twitter, and just two kids from Akron, and it was a pleasure taking the court with you. And I'm like, yo, this is the same dude that took 2 championships from you, that you supposedly couldn't stand behind the scenes, that you don't like. Now all of a sudden, like we're all cool because you're happy to be back on the basketball court with them.
Let's see what it is.
Right. And I understand it's an NBA All-Star game. Yes, the NBA All-Star game is used to entertain folks. It's a glorified pickup game. You're there to raise money. None of that is an arguable point. But
Michael Jordan didn't care.
I'm gonna say
All-Star game. He's putting basketballs at people's necks. I'm just saying.
It feels like, look, then if that's the case, then you know what?
Don't play. Gangster. Don't play.
Because at the end of the day, if you're supposed to be the ambassador of the NBA, of the game, you're supposed to be the guy that we all look at, you're doing yourself a disservice by going out there and playing in a game that you don't really have any desire to go out there and be a part of. You're doing way more damage to yourself and to the people who are paying money or watching the games on television to watch you play. I don't understand this whole, well, if he doesn't really want to be out there, then don't play.
Then don't play. Sorry,
you're doing yourself, the NBA, its fans, and Turner Broadcasting a disservice by saying, "Oh, I don't want to play." Then don't play. If that's how you felt about it from the jump, then don't play.
But you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Everybody knows what it is. It's all about the money that they'll get for playing in the All-Star game.
Right.
Money that they'll get for being around the crowd.
Hey,
you know what it is.
I get it. I get it's about the money. We all know that. But it's about the money for Turner Broadcasting. It's not about the money for the players. The players didn't get any money for playing in this game. Now, you get notoriety. Do you get notoriety in terms of your endorsement deals? Hey, 15-time, 16-time All-Star. Sure. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. Sell a pair of LeBrons, the All-Star edition. Make more bread. I'm not mad at it.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's all about the bread that people are getting for doing the shows, for being there from the advertising companies. And It's just like, like if we're gonna do it like that, bro, what's the point? What's the point?
And
as I fix these lights.
Not only in the All-Star game, let me just say this too. It's not just the All-Star game, it's during the regular season. You see scores of 147, 146 Nets and Wizards a couple weeks ago. You got picking up 140 points in regulation time. Like, this is a problem around the league. This is not just this just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People ain't competitive. Like I said, and it is what it is. Listen, I've had arguments about it in the past. It is what it is. But I'll just say it like this.
You get 100K. All right, well,
ain't no basketball player on that cool. I feel like if you're an all-star, then you play well enough to earn more than 100K. Like, you could miss out on 100K. If you didn't want to play. Especially LeBron, bro. Like, LeBron can miss out on 100K. Like, come on now. 100K is chump change. But what you going to do with the extra 100K, LeBron? I mean, did you give it to charity or did you going to spend it on dinner with your wife? Like, does it sound right to you?
The 100K he got, he gave to the a scholarship fund, the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund, which okay, I'm cool with. I have no issues with you giving the money.
But if you didn't want to play, then don't play and just give the 100K away. It's not like LeBron James is going to miss $100,000. It's a lot of money to me and you, but to him, that's not a lot of money. I don't really care.
And here's the thing:
you could have just gave the money away if you didn't want to play.
But it goes back to this too. You talk about they did it to honor historically black universities.
Sure.
I have no issues with that. It's cool. You want to do it to honor a university? I have no issues with any of that. However, I do have an issue with when you ain't even out there trying to be competitive late in the fourth quarter. When there's no desire to try to win the game. I understand it's a glorified pick game. I get it. There's you don't want to get anybody hurt. It's an all-star game. 100% get it. But this happens in the regular season too, is my point. This is not just an all-star game problem. This is a nightly NBA problem. Like, nobody plays defense anymore. Even the good teams end up giving up 110 points a game. Where I remember 110 points a game used to be like 2 overtime.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes, you're right. You're right. Nobody wants to.
Oh, the dunk contest was stupid.
Dunk contest every year. It's
The whole thing was stupid.
It's not the same since Carter, bro. It's just not like.
You know why? Because
others come after him, but like
no stars want to do it though.
That's like the home run derby,
right?
In baseball, it's like that. A lot of managers and players just be like, "But I'm not trying to get injured, though." And it's like, if you listen, I get it. I'm not disputing the fact that injuries are going to be accelerated even a little bit when you have to do that type of event. But like, bro, your body ain't built to do that and then come back. I don't know what to say. Like, if you're not,
but it's not only that. Now it's about
expectation.
Now it's about I don't want to make a fool of myself because I have a brand to protect, and I want to protect my brand. And if I lose the All-Star game, how does it look on my brand? How can I sell myself if I embarrass myself in a dunk contest where I got eliminated in the first round? These dudes are all brand conscious. These guys, as much as we wanted to get back to the purity of the game, and
brand conscious,
air quotes, everybody's super conscious about how does this make me look? What is the perception of what I'm going to look like if I can't excel at this event?
And that's because, but you know what that is? That's because everybody's been brand conscious. That's honestly, it's ever since everybody wanted to be like Jordan. It's this conception of the Jordan brand exists because he was the best. Mm-hmm. And the problem I think a lot of players have today is that they think, well, I better not play in this event, or I better not do, give 100% to this thing or this game, because then like I won't be the best. And the problem is brand conscious people, brand conscious players. The problem is the general public,
right?
The people that pay for your brand,
right,
don't expect you to be Jordan. The people that pay for your brand expect you to play your best. Bro, you can't help it. If you're in a season, you lose money. I get it. A little bit. But like, if people appreciated you, the player, for you, the player, that's how you got your brand in the first place. LeBron, Kobe didn't get his brand. Kobe didn't get his brand endorsements because he played well. Kobe got his brand endorsements because people like Kobe, the guy.
It also comes down to this too. Like Mike said this in the Last Dance documentary. If I wasn't playing well and I didn't go out there and give my 100% effort, I don't care how fly my shoes was. Nobody was gonna buy my product if I didn't go out there and play well.
Yeah, like, even if you lost in the playoffs, if people saw that he played well and he did his thing and they still lost, it is what it is. You can only do so much as one player.
Like I
go was great, but you can't.
I go back to this too. Like we all look at LeBron and say, "Oh, he's failed in the NBA Finals numerous times," and he has, but. Like
no one cares because he put in 110%. At
the end of the day, you go back to the 2000, I think it was the 17, the 15 finals when he was down Kyrie Irving, he was down Kevin Love, and they were in the series, and you realize, well, damn, he literally has nobody. He's basically it's 17. He has nobody. It's him by himself, and both his boys out. They lost the series, and he almost won Finals MVP because he damn near averaged a triple-double for the entire series. Now, you can't say they lost because LeBron didn't play well. LeBron played great, but it's just what happens to just, let's just go out there and give it my best shot. And if my best shot isn't good enough, at least I can go to sleep knowing, you know what? I give it all I had.
Right.
I gave it all I had.
That's that issue with sorry, I'm still kind of adjusting lights and that's worse. But that's the issue with people
No, but it boils
essential
down
players not want to.
too. If you're not winning a championship and you're not championship caliber and you're not battling for championships, then you're not a good player. Like that's a bunch of BS too. Because Charles Barkley was a great basketball player, never won a championship. Patrick Ewing was a great basketball player, never won a championship. Dominique Wilkins, great basketball player, never won a championship. So we can sit here and say championships matter, and they do if you want to have the connotation of who's the greatest of all time. But that should not make you feel like you're an inferior basketball player because you never won a championship. And we get it twisted. We get it twisted like the championships define career. Championships don't define careers, bro. It's like basketball is a team sport where you can't go out there one-on-one and be like, all right, I'm gonna will us to the championship against 5 other dudes that's just better than us.
Yeah. You know what it is? You know what it is too? On the flip side of that, because we're talking about that's the playing aspect of it. But also from the business aspect of it, there's too many people that get brand endorsements. I'm all for the players getting their money, but brands need to start looking over and going, you know what? No cap, bro. Do you really play well enough for us to really give you a brand endorsement?
Are you worth it?
Are you worth it?
Worth it, right?
I'm not saying you got to be MJ, but are you really worth us giving a brand endorsement? Bro, there are players that come out of college with full-on brand endorsements, and yeah, they did well in college, but like, you in the bigs, bro. You sure?
To be honest with you, like
you're not a first-round draft pick out of college. Are you sure?
Right.
Like, it's LaMelo and LeVar, the Ball family, for example. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are y'all sure y'all deserve a brand endorsement?
I mean, here's the thing.
Some of them play well, but
that's the public perception of how these players are taught to look at themselves as brands. Where back in the day, your play developed your brand.
Thank you.
You didn't develop a brand because
Jordan didn't get Air Jordan because he was Michael Jordan and he just came out of college and he was top rated. Michael Jordan got a brand because
when he came out of college,
played well.
When he came out of college, he wasn't even Michael Jordan. He was Mike Jordan coming out of college.
Exactly.
And it's like, hold up, bro. Like,
it's
nobody knew who you were. Like, of course, by the end of his college career, we knew who he was. But
when he came out, it was there. Air Jordan didn't exist the minute that he came out of college.
No, it didn't. No,
he had to play well because I promise you right now, if they gave him Air Jordan the second that he came out of college and he broke his ACL, he did something crazy, and his whole career was over, there would never be any other brand endorsement ever. They would all go over and be like, "Well, we don't want anything to happen to that player, so we better wait a while."
And that's
why do they not do that now?
Yeah, but you see, that goes back to my original point, whereas if you worry about your game and you preparing yourself to say, I'm going to be the best player that I can be, if that's good enough for you to say, you know what, I'm going to average 24 points a game, I'm going to put up the type of numbers that when these brands look at me, when these ambassadors look at me, when they want to have a conversation about the type of player I can be, we can have a serious discussion as to, okay, this is what it is. This is how I'm going to benefit from having these endorsements.
Right.
And we always feel like the modern generation, and we're always quick to crown players like, oh, Zion, the next LeBron. Oh, Zion.
Yeah.
Like, hold on,
why can't he just be the first Zion, bro?
Let him have a couple years in the league first.
Yeah.
Show his worth, and then I could blow you up and say, hey, I think you're going to be the next so-and-so or so-and-so and so-and-so.
Right. People don't get that opportunity, bro. Like, that leads even into baseball. Baseball is even worse because there are people that would get drafted in baseball in the first round, and where are they now? Like, there are a lot of those type of situations where people be, oh my gosh, like what was that year when the Houston Astros drafted that dude, the pitcher?
First,
First round draft pick, and he's a bust. He was a bust. And people will go, oh, wow, like, but he was supposed to be this big thing. He was supposed to be the next Clayton Kershaw or the next top right-hander. They put insert name here, Nolan. What? I'm just like,
right.
Just stop a second. Not every player, survives single, double, and AAA. Not like literally survive, but like they don't make it to the bigs.
Yeah, right.
Even the first rounder may not make it to the bigs. This is what it is, and they do that in baseball a lot.
And here's the thing too: it's like the NBA. The NBA we always talk about the NBA. If you're not in the first 5 picks of the draft, you're a bum. Let me take you through some of this. Donovan Mitchell was picked 9th by the Utah Jazz.
There you go,
Queens boy. He is out here balling. Okay, cool. I'll play along. Giannis, the Greek freak, drafted 15th. Second best player in the league. 15th. Nobody knew who he was coming out of Greece. And now he's one of the top 5 players in all of the NBA. So can we chill with the hype of if it ain't top 5, I don't want it. I have these top 10 and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a textbook example of overstating the commodity.
Right. And it's like, when do we as fans, when do we as people who study this stuff, and honestly, you may not look at yourself like that because you're a guest on the show, but I take it personally because I look at myself as a member of the media. This graphic behind me says 3 Clips Media. So I'm
a businessman first, so I don't know why you. Of course, I take it that way.
But I have a responsibility to when I come on this show. I have
to mask at 3ClipsMediaShop.com. By the way, just saying, it's happening all day. If you don't get a mask by the end of this show, are you really a fan of the show? They're only $20, baby. $20 free shipping, no tax, baby. You got to get one. It's gonna happen all day, baby.
Why do I have images of Dusty Rose in my head?
Listen, baby. If you want to put a little spice on your birthday, you want to put a little spice on your mask wearing. They gotta have CDC recommendations and all that stuff. If you want to put a little spice and you get a little bit of this Nick and Steph Show mask, you know what I'm saying? So you got the N and the S in a pattern. You know what I'm saying? And when you put it on your face, you go, yeah. And when you're looking so good and everything,
oh man,
you little spice on yourself, it might get you a show that. That's right.
No, but it even that right there, that shilling right there,
it's natural because I actually believe in this brand. I know it sounded funny and it's all cool, but cop a mask, cop a hat. We got a couple other items up there. Cop it because we actually believe in the show.
Right.
And just because I be behind the scenes don't mean that I don't know how to be in front of the camera. This is the Nick and Steph show. And I do want y'all to know that today, while it is the Rick and Steph show, I want to plug Nick and Steph's stuff because we need to plug it. Oh, and cop this Pulling Stater shirt if you know the brand, you know the vibes. All right, cool.
No, but it goes back to this too. And we're going to get off this topic in a second, and I'll just close by saying this. The NBA is what we saw last night is a microcosm of a problem in all of sports.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why I say it's a problem is because we don't often understand that people watch sports because they want to get lost in the story. They want to get lost in watching people compete and do something that they can't do. So they're living vicariously through you and your skill set and what you're able to do. And when they see you phoning it in, they see you acting like, it don't matter, or I'm just out here just to be out here. It's a problem that persists in all sports because it's not just it doesn't just happen in the NBA. How many times have we seen a baseball game where it's the sixth inning and it's 4-1 and the guy hits a ground out and he's jogging to first? Like, bro, run. Because you never know what 90 feet is going to mean later on in the game or in that inning.
Never know.
Right.
Like, I don't want to get injured in the sixth running on the ground. It's like, bro, if your body is set up in a way, I know it's a long season in baseball too. Right. If your body is set up in a way where you can't run proper to first base on a grounder in the sixth inning of a game in August or June or July, maybe you should go to the IL. Like maybe that's something you should get checked out. Like you probably don't need to be playing right now. You might need to, you know what I'm saying?
It comes down checked out. It comes down to this too. How many times have we seen dudes lifting 500-pound weights in the off season, looking brolic? They look like monsters, and then they come to spring training, and the first time they bust a wind sprint, my quad hurts, my calf hurts, this hurts, that hurts. Like,
well, you know what they say about bodybuilders, bro.
I don't care about how much. Hell, I don't understand. I don't care how much.
I mean, nothing about that way. Anything teaching have to say.
It doesn't matter to me how much you lift. How much you lift, that doesn't matter. Like, I want to know that when the season starts, you're going to be on the field. Like, that's all that matters. Like, reliability is your best availability. And when
Stefan with the Croats, yes, sir.
When you're reliable and people can't depend on you to be out there every night. Like, look, okay, perfect example for the conversation we're on. When Kristaps Porzingis was traded by the New York Knicks, they got murdered. They got killed. They got told, this is the worst trade. You traded Kristaps for a bag of balls, cheerleaders, and Jim Dolan's parking spot. You got nothing in return. It don't matter. It's foolish. Okay,
cool. Yeah.
Cool. But let me ask you a question. When's the last time we've seen Kristaps Porzingis play any meaningful minutes in a game where you needed to know whether a winner or loser was going to be crowned?
Right.
Like, injuries are part of the game, yes, but you have to be able to fight through and be like, you know what? If I'm not limping, or if I'm not crawling, or if my leg ain't amputated by the knee, I got to be out there playing for my boys.
That's right.
Like, that's right. I know Kobe's a different animal, but Kobe shot 2 free throws with a torn Achilles. He came back in the game, shot 2 free throws with a torn Achilles, and was like, all right, I'm going to go limp back to the bench now. What? Bro. You understand how much heart that takes to say, you know what? I'm not going to cheat the fans out of seeing me shoot these free throws because I might not play again this year. That's craziness. That just shows you right there.
That's hard, man. Nobody puts their heart into playing no more. They always put their pockets first.
That's it. Right.
That's it.
Right. And it suffers because you do have dudes. Now, let's be fair. Now, you have some dudes
that still do
that love to play the game, and that's just a gym rat.
I'm pretty sure Jeremy Lin still loves to play the game.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you 2 perfect examples, and you might disagree with me on one of them, or you might agree on both. But the 2 guys that I look at, and we're going to use one from each sport, is I'll go with this. You could say Mike Trout is money hungry. You could say all that about him, and he wants his money, and I'm cool. But Mike Trout plays 150 games a year. He's out there every day. Whether we,
I don't think Mike Trout is money hungry. I do. I just think that he would rather be comfortable than win a World Series. But that's
no, but well then that's fine. But I'm just saying, you
I
got
think the man still play. Like I can't deny that. The you know what I'm saying, the man still got heart. Like
but his numbers tell you that, bro. I'm out there every day and I'm putting in the work, and however it shakes out, that's not on me because I'm doing the best I can. Now, is that an excuse for him for his team's not making the playoffs? No, that's just the reality of the situation.
That's it.
That's like the other thing is too, like we all talk about that James Harden is a problem child, and for the most part, James Harden, could be a problem child. But despite his escapades into Houston area strip clubs, which is well chronicled, he plays every night. He plays every night. It don't matter what the situation is.
So you gotta take the good with the bad.
Do I like the fact that you go to gentlemen establishments? You know what I mean? And call off practices because you need an extra hour sleep? No, but if you play every day,
we can work with that. We can work with these situations, if you will.
It's like, yo, as much as, and I'll use this example too, like you know that Houston hated dealing with his foolishness. The Rockets, we gotta get rid of my brother. They hated dealing with the foolishness, but you look at James Harden's numbers every night is 30, is 7 assists.
Man, y'all asleep.
It's 7 assists. He's putting up the kind of numbers that you'll put up with his buffoonery because at the end of the day, he's not out there.
Hey, listen, man. A-Rod did it all the time. Until this. Anyway, a lot of people do that. Listen, Jeter used to party all night, man. Showed up next day all the time. It is what it is.
No issue with Jersey.
No issue with it, bro. Once you're doing what you're doing,
right.
Some people don't understand that. Yo, but who am I to say it, bro? Listen, y'all watching, let us know what you think about the NBA All-Star game.
Right.
About the lack of.
Should they keep playing?
Or maybe there's not. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe they all play with heart, and maybe they all, actually care about the sport. Maybe they're not all money hungry, brand confused bastards. I mean, whatever. Listen, whatever y'all think, let us know in the comments section, on that Facebook, on that YouTube. Does Periscope have a comment section?
I don't know. Anyway,
let us know. Yeah,
being wrong, and speaking of things that.
Speaking of playing with speaking of players that may need to reconsider the IL, unfortunately for the since we're getting into baseball, I presume. Unfortunately for the Mets, Mr. Jose Martinez, who probably wasn't going to probably may not even make the bench, will undergo surgery for a torn left meniscus. He's going to miss 4 months of the season. According to Luis Rojas, he's a first baseman option. I don't know if he even would have made the bench this year, but I saw the game on Sunday, and he ain't looked too good when he was. I forget how he got the injury. I think it was
he ran into the umpire.
He ran into the umpire. Right, thank you. He ran into the umpire. Yeah, it didn't look too pretty.
It sucks because the depth definitely.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. It's a good bat, and he plays a good first.
Right. That's unfortunate because he gives you depth.
Yep.
Here's my issue, and I wanted to talk about 5 key things that I paid attention to over the last couple of days. And usually I go day by day, and I plan out what I want to, talk about. I read 2 things in The Athletic today, and I'm like, hold up, I need to get Ray's take on this because this had me like, wow. Okay, I think it's time that we need to start respecting Juan Soto as probably this generation's Ted Williams. And you're probably thinking, well, really? Well, if you look at his advanced numbers from the time he came up till now, his advanced WAR is the same as Ted Williams, which is 9.7.
That's deep, man.
His batting average.
I don't know. I feel like
his batting average is comparable to Ted Williams over his first 3 seasons in the big leagues.
I'll say this. You never know. But I can't deny that the potential is there for sure. Dude is on stuff, like major stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, he's on stuff. Like, he's amazing.
Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you, man?
What's going on, Doug? What's going on? I watched enough for this show to know some people. You know what I'm saying? They're doing comments in the sections. Some people, you know.
And the reason why I say this is because I'm going to say something else that's outlandish. I'm going to get people fired up. Juan Soto is going to be he's going to make $400 million. He's going to be a $400 million player.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anybody doesn't know that by now, dude,
he'll be a free agent by the time he's 25.
That's crazy.
Oh my Lord!
My gosh!
Can you imagine what can you imagine?
Yo, if I was the Nationals coming up on that last year, I think it's extension time, man.
You start now.
The year prior to nothing, I wouldn't start now. You never know what's gonna go down, bro. One injury can change things. Go ask Christian Yelich.
Hey, all I'm saying is,
I'm sorry, that was a bad example. Go ask Carlos. Sorry, it just is what it is. I mean, it wasn't his fault that he got knocked in the face, but it just changes things. It is sometimes
you gotta go there. Right?
Listen, man. Y'all did the trade, man. I do the trade. I know. I'd have been in that room. I'd have been like, I'm out, bro. I don't know.
I was out. I'm out. All the way out.
They did Derek Jeter a favor. That's disrespect.
And look, in all seriousness, like if he's healthy, he's.
Oh yeah, no. If Juan Soto stays healthy till 25 and beyond,
and his ability to read pitches is borderline. I'm like, yo, hold up.
The problem that I have with a Juan Soto is the same problem that I have with a lot of big guys in baseball. He gonna have to hit that American League a little soon. Well, DH is coming to National League eventually. Right. He gotta hit the DH sooner than most because big dudes with amazing fielding skills that don't last long. It just is what it is. And you get some rare exceptions to that rule, Mr. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. But that lasted for quite a while. A lot of dudes like that, Jermaine Dowers. He was a big dude, but it don't last long usually.
All I'm saying is,
Miggy's a big example. My gosh, Miggy, that's a big example. Somebody that outfield did not hit.
I'm looking at this. Okay, he's gonna be 25 by the time he hits.
Yeah. He's gonna make his $400 million. It ain't
old. I mean,
no, it's not old at all.
It's not old. Would I be concerned that he may not be the same defensive outfielder by the time he's 30, 31 years old? Yeah, probably. But if he hits the way we've seen him hit so far,
it would be all right.
I really don't think it's going to. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter because it does. But
put it like this. The thing that's going to be most beneficial to him when it comes to hitting and specifically hitting is the fact that it's not whimsical. Like by that I mean when Pete came up or when Judge came up, a lot of that, for lack of a better word, is whimsical. Like people didn't know what to expect as a pitcher throwing to him, so they got rockets all season. It will fall down after that first season. Juan is a bit different because of the way he hits. He actually shows legit read, like a legit skill in reading a pitcher. And I know that a lot of those young kids know how to do it to a certain extent, but Juan, because he knows that at such a young age, he's going to have a long career at the very least in being able to hit very well. Right. So that's going to be a big plus for him.
The thing I'm excited for Juan Soto, and you know me, I pay attention to all the little things, and I'm like maniacal when it comes to this stuff. This guy's vision of the strike zone at 21 years old is just
crazy.
I'm like, yo, fam.
And you don't lose that. You don't lose that.
I remember I'm watching a game. They're playing the Astros in the World Series. He takes a ball, raise it. I'm not lying to you. This ball's like an inch off the dish. He spits on it, right? Doesn't swing at it. Next pitch, outside corner, borderline strike, strokes it to left, hits it out over the train tracks. I'm like, all right. You just you
know what you're looking for.
Okay, I get it now. It's different.
You know who that reminds me of? Like you mentioned Ted, right? You know who that really reminds me of? Remember when Albert first came up?
Same thing. Yeah.
If he's anything like that as a hitter at that age, nah.
Right.
And you can't take that away from him. He's not gonna unlearn that. You can get any injury in the world, it doesn't matter. Even if he's not able to hit for power no more. Bro,
gap to gap.
You can't unlearn what you know about the strike zone.
I'm gonna say that I don't think he'll ever slump.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
he won't slump.
Because his eye is so good that he'll find his way back once he realizes, okay, I gotta be able to. This is how they're trying to get me out. This is how I'm gonna try and fix that. And to be honest with you, and people are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. In the last 3 years, have we found a way to get Juan Soto out consistently? I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think we found a way as I don't think baseball's found a way. Pitchers, executives, you can't, bro. He hits everything from the neck down with ferocity, and he's not going to swing at anything past his neck. Just doesn't register to him to swing at that pitch. So it's like, damn, bro, if you're not swinging at anything that I can possibly get you out of, how do I get you out?
And that's the deal. That's the deal with this particular. You mentioned Juan Soto. The deal is right. A lot of people, like when he came up, I thought in my head, man, I seen some young call-ups and
right.
And then he played really well. And you're like, but it wasn't just that he played well. You paid attention to those things that he was doing while playing. You went, okay, I see why they did it. He's worth that. He's worth that call.
Now you see why they told Bryce Harper, yo, you could take your 13 years and get ahead.
Yeah, sure. Here's my other deal though. All right, maybe I shouldn't get into this conversation, but I'll just say, and we could all get mad later about it when we find out that it may be true. I'm just saying, how old is Juan Soto right now?
21.
That's what they said?
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
You know what I'm about to say, right?
What, you think he's older?
I think he's older. He look older. You do. Don't get me wrong. Like, listen, I just mentioned it right now, bro. You look older than 21.
I didn't do it.
I'm not saying this because of the Pujols thing. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying, if you look at his face, bro, that man looks older than 21. He looks not my age, but close to it, bro. He looks older. Like, he looks at least bare minimum, because he looks like 23, 24, 25 maybe. He do, bro. He do. It just, I noticed that when he first was coming up. You telling me he's 21, I'm like, nah. My man don't look like he's 21, bro. It's just, you're going to find a picture one day. You go, nah, man's not 21, bro. Listen, it ain't the player's fault. I'm just saying, they had to get in the country somehow. I'm just saying, bro.
I didn't do all that.
I'm saying, though, like, okay, Y'all comment and y'all tell me if I'm crazy. Does my man Juan Soto don't he look like he's 20? He's older than 21, bro. Like I will pull up a picture on his phone right now, bro. I'm not playing. My man Juan look like
he might be, but
I'm just saying. He's technically 22, but he's October. So, he a Libra. No wonder. Anyway,
no, but because when Miggy came up, Miggy was 20 years old.
Miggy looked 20 though. Miggy still look like he's 32, bro. That's a little different. That's a little different. My man look young though. Miggy always kind of young.
If you're telling me age is why he's this good, like Miggy was this good at 20 years old though. He was this good.
No, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, hopefully that's true. But that's what I'm saying. But that becomes the question, isn't it? And I'm not necessarily questioning Miggy's age. I'm just saying that is the question in general. Now that this stuff is coming out, because Albert's not the first one to have this cloud. He ain't gonna be the last. And I'm just saying, a man don't look 21. I don't care what nobody says. My man don't look 21. Bro, it is what it is. I don't got no issue with it. I'm just saying, you gotta get in the country somehow. As long as you play good,
at the end of the day, I don't think any of that matters, to be honest with you.
There is one place where it does, though. I'll tell you one place where it does. Service time. Yeah, not in the MLB sense, in the career sense. Because if Juan Soto was really 24, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? But like, if Juan Soto was like, I don't know, 28, we got a different conversation. This not the same conversation now. Now you start asking questions about like, all right, but how long is this lasting? Because I'm telling you right now, my bad guys, everybody knows Jacob deGrom is a lot older than his MLB service time would say he is. And man's on a tear as a pitcher.
Right.
He is, in my honest, humble opinion, top 5 best pitcher in baseball, if not number 1.
Take it a step further. I'm not going to be Yankee boy. Jacob
he's number 1. Like, to me, he's number 1. I don't care about Trevor Bauer winning the Cy Young. That don't count.
No.
Me.
Bro, you won half the season. Get out of here. Get out of here,
bro.
You won half the season.
We're gonna get into that. Like, let's get into that right now, bro.
Bro, you want to give me consistency? Jacob deGrom is the best pitcher in the entire sport.
Without question.
Period.
Without question.
The end.
Let's get into it right now, bro. Let's get into it straight. We got this spring training. We got spring training coming up right now. Listen, we got a lot of this talk going on.
It's going to C note. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, like 100 on a casual 100 on a Saturday in Kissimmee. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like you get Jacob deGrom and Garrett Cole, 2 starters on the same mound in the same day in the same game. I want war. I'm just saying.
Both of them are ridiculous, but
yeah, I
gotta get back to Jacob because he's been doing it in New York longer.
Yeah.
Like he's done it in New York. Like he's pitched in the World Series. I've seen him dominate people in the World Series.
Yeah.
Not that Garrett Cole hasn't done that, but I'm saying, listen, it's a different level pitching in Houston than it is in New York.
Just saying.
That's all I'm saying. Real quick, I know
anybody want to comment? I want smoke, bro. If you're a Yankee fan out there and you have something negative to say about Jacob deGrom, I want all the smoke.
I mean,
talk to me nice, bro. Talk to me nice.
You say about him because he's the best pitcher in the sport, and I don't even think it's a conversation.
It's not.
Anyway, I want to interject with this real quick, and we'll go right back to it. The Dallas Cowboys have done the right thing. They have signed Dak Prescott, the franchise quarterback, to a 4-year, $160 million contract extension.
Finally, a team is actually keeping their young quarterback. That's great.
In the foreseeable future. So Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, it took you long enough.
At least the team is keeping their young quarterback.
But you got your quarterback of the future. And your present and your
like all these other teams talk about trading their young quarterback in a second or third year. And I'm just like, so y'all just doing candy. Y'all just doing tokens out there. It's just candy. Y'all just passing out young quarterbacks like candy out here. Y'all do that. That's cool.
Oprah did. You get a quarterback.
Stuff. Yeah, bro, come on, y'all. Get these young quarterbacks some time to learn and get out there and play. You talk about 2-3 years, yo, bro. It takes a while to get a quarterback up top. Tom Brady was not Tom Brady until his fourth season. I'm just saying.
Dak Prescott's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He is. It's good that they signed a dude. It's good that they gave him,
Yeah.
And he ain't just going out on the Cowboys Stadium anyway, but
64 of that 164 is guaranteed. So he got some guaranteed dollars. Dak, get you your money. You bet on yourself and you got it done. So respect to you on that.
That's fact. By the way, I know there's not a lot of things going on in Cowboys Stadium of note, but I respect that. Y'all kept your young quarterback. Now build around him.
You had to pay him because I guarantee you there was 20 other teams in the league that were waiting for you to you want to let him go? All right, watch it. What?
Yeah, but when those same other 20 teams is passing around their young quarterbacks like candy, I don't know, bro.
Hey, man.
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
He got his money though. Shout out to Prescott. He got his money though.
No, I'll say this because I was fascinated by this today when I read it too. So Francisco Lindor is going to start his contract extension talks for the Mets.
Y'all, listen, check this out, right? Before you even do it, bro, I just want to say this for the record, y'all. Listen to me, okay? I'm going to give y'all some real insight. Y'all ready? Especially y'all Met fans. Are you ready? Watch this. I promise you, my guarantee, he does not sign a contract to this team in 2021. Just want y'all to know that's my guarantee. I damn near want to put money on it. He ain't signing no contract for the New York Mets in 2021. Point blank, period. He ain't doing it.
Well, look.
His agent ain't doing it. They ain't stupid.
If the Mets come out the bag with 7 at 300, he's signing.
He's worth more than 7 at 300. Give him his $400 million max. Stop playing with me. You talking about 10 at 4? We have a conversation. 10 at
$400 million.
It's not signing the paper.
He's not
signing, bro. It's not signing.
I
know what you're gonna say, bro. I know I get it, but bro, come on now. 7 at 3, bro. Yo, y'all just gave Garrett 9 at damn near 4. Stop playing, bro. He wants his bread, bro. Stop playing.
300. What is that per year?
Actually, damn, you know what? Now that I think about it, wait, hold on. I'm sounding crazy. Y'all just gave Garrett 9 at 320.
Like $37 million a year.
Yeah, hold on. I might have just messed up all the base. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not lying, yo. Look, 7 at 300. That's like,
oh my lord. Oh nah, nah. He might sign that. I'm not gonna lie.
He's got like 37 and a half.
How about 42? Yeah, he might. Yeah, he signed that.
You see what I'm saying?
I just don't think the Mets would ever offer that number. Man, 42. Yo, I feel like every single Met fan would look over and be like, "That's my man, Big Cohen." You know what I'm saying? See how sensitive for y'all. That's what I said. Yes. What?
I'm saying, but that's the kind of deal it's gonna take.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's what's gonna take.
42. Yeah, 42. 42 million. 42 million a year. 42.8. Not 42.
Wow, so actually 43 million a year.
I'll be right back. That's how real it got. Hold on. It got real. Y'all. Y'all know it got real. It got real. This is what my man Frankie about to do if he really got 7 at 42. You feel me? He'd be like this, all right? Just like that. Just like straight like that.
No, I mean, look, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he gets that kind of money.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's far fetched at all. Because he wants $300 million. We know that for a fact. He's already said, I want $300 million.
Yo,
but
7 at 3, boy. I'll be looking at that contract going, oh, y'all meant it.
And how old is he? 20, what, 28? 27, 28?
Yeah.
So you get him signed till he's 35? That's not bad.
I just want to make sure that we got that number correct, y'all.
I believe he's 20. He's either 27 or
27. He's 27. Yeah, he's 20. He just turned 27.
He just turned 27 years old.
In November, yeah.
Okay, so if you already know, you just turned 27 years old. We're gonna give you a $300 million contract. You're gonna be the top of the Mets for the next 7 years. And you're going to be a part of the organizational turnaround that we hope to convey while you're here. That's not a bad move if you're Francisco Lindor. Because I'm going to tell you, go on the open market as a free agent. Look at the shortstops that are available next year. Javier Baez, Trevor Story, and Carlos Correa. I don't know where Francisco Lindor falls in terms of the pecking order of what he's being paid, but if the Mets come anywhere close to $300 million over 7 or 8 years, I think he takes that and says, you know what, I'm okay with whatever we decide to do.
Do you know, here's the problem, though. Well, not the problem. I mean, it's not going to be Francisco Lindor or the Mets' problem. It'll just be a problem for all the other 29 teams that would have a chance to vie for another person's shortstop capabilities, because if Frankie signs a deal that gets him $42 million a year over 7 years, Javi Baez is going to look in the corner and go, oh, he get paid? He get paid? I want paper.
Here's the thing. Here's the realistic issue. The realistic issue is this. I don't know if the number is 42.5. I just threw the number 7 years at 300 out just for a hypothetical.
It's probably gonna be 8 at 300. If it's 300, it's gonna be 8.
If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess anywhere between 8 and 10 years for 330 million as his contract.
Yeah,
that's what I would guess.
Because
here's the thing:
42 million a year.
If you give him, if that's correct, man, that's 33 to 34 million dollars a year.
Give or take.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Considering Fernando Tatis just signed a contract that is going to only pay him, I say only because that's just true. But only the average annual value of his contract is $25 million a year. Which sounds like nothing for a player of his caliber, but you got to credit the Padres for saying, "Okay, let's just now and let's get him a part of it. Let's keep him a part of this franchise for probably the entirety of his career."
Yeah, let's make that very clear, y'all. He's a Padre for life. That's a contract. That's They had decided right then and there. This is the face of our franchise, and he is valuable enough to lock him up now so that no other franchise has even the inkling of a shot. Because because honestly, Fernando Tatis Jr. is debatably the face of the MLB. Debatably. And I'm
not mad. Hey, I'm not mad at it.
It is what it is. I love him. I think he's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I think you want to lock that up real quick. Like, you got
if it came down to some serious competition, like, you're probably going to get outbid by the heavyweights when they start the table with the checkbooks and go, all right, here's where we at. Yep. This is why, if you're the Mets, after all you gave up to get Lindor, you have to get him signed. You can't play around and say, oh, we'll wait. We'll figure it. Nah, you got to do it. If you're going to do it now. Here's my problem. If it's me, I wouldn't trade it for him in the first place. And the reason why that is because I believe the money would have been available anyway, even if he went somewhere else. Let's say, for example, right, the Blue Jays put a package together and they get Frankie to go to Toronto. Cool. Okay, fine. Frankie goes to Toronto. Frankie realizes, I don't really want to go through customs for 6 months out the year. Toronto's not really the place for me. Nobody really wanted to take their money. George Springer took the money because he's 31 and wanted a guarantee. We can do that. At the end of the day, Frankie was going to get his money from the Mets anyway. It's almost like the Carmelo Anthony situation. If the Knicks really wanted to sign him as a free agent the following summer, you didn't have to trade the whole team. Because the Mets traded all their depth for a guy who they could have given easily the most money to, and who probably would have been a New York Met anyway. Here's the thing, too. And even if Frankie says, I want to stay where I am, and he signs with somebody who traded for him, and he stays where he is, we still have Carlos Correa, Trevor Story, and Javier Baez on the market as 3 comparable shortstops that can admirably fill in and play that position.
Hey, check this out. I know we have a debate back and forth about Chris Bryant, but check this out, right? They don't trade for Frankie. They wait off season. You know how big that Cajones would look if the Mets was like, yo, you know what? We could sign Javi and Chris. Take them out of Chicago. Let's go. What?
I don't know if that's far-fetched, because I'm going to be honest with you.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Not going back to the Cubs. We already know that that's not happening.
Javi's not going back. Chris Bryant not going back. Bro, what do you mean?
What I want to say is, I'm going to give you 2 shockers that I think might shock you, that may be in the running for them, that we're not really talking about, but we should be talking about them.
For Javi and Chris?
Yeah, but I got 2 teams that are separate from each other. Mm-hmm. One, I think the Toronto Blue Jays got more money to spend, and I think they would likely like to put Chris Bryant at third. They'd like to do that if they could.
Bro, look at that infield. Bryant, Bichette. Who's playing second? It's been a while.
Gurriel.
And Vladdy and
No, I'm lying. Biggio's playing second.
Right, Biggio playing second. Do you see that infield? Oh my God. Okay.
Excuse me while I make the ugly hip hop face, because
be like, yo, New York be in the corner like, yo, eat your heart out, bro. It's a problem.
But I'm gonna tell you, the other team that Javier Baez may look at and go, this gets interesting here. Is I look at a team like the Oakland A's. Now you're probably thinking Oakland can't do that.
Yeah.
But Oakland's in the process of getting a ballpark. And here's the thing. I feel bad for the Oakland A's fans watching Matt Chapman, watching Matt Olson walk away because you can't pay either one of those guys. Can you imagine an infield where Matt Chapman, Javier Baez, and Matt Olson are 3 parts of your infield?
No.
That is.
I'm sorry to have to do that to your parade, bro, but no. That's not happening. Oakland ain't about that life, bro.
But I'm saying, if they were and they had the money.
If they were. That's a big stretch, bro. If they were. Yo, bro, check this out, right? they're about to get it. They're hoping they get a new ballpark. They're in the process, right?
Right.
And you want to get your star player in and all that stuff.
Right.
Damn well. Oakland ain't going for that number, man. They ain't going that far high. You know what they would really get.
No.
They get a story, bro.
Oakland was a hypothetical thing. I don't think it happened.
But realistically though, they could get story.
Maybe.
Realistically, they can do that. Story take the deal. And listen, honestly, Story's gonna
Colorado, and this is the real crux of it is, if you're the Mets, you probably win anyway in the long run because look, you probably could have ended up with the pick of the litter at shortstop and gave up nothing. Nothing at all.
You could have watched Ahmed Rosario actually be your shortstop. You never know. I'm just saying, dude is only 25, y'all.
Right.
They're disrespectful. They gave him because the problem is. This is what the problem is. He was supposed to live up a height that he had when he first was called up, and it was a fake height. It was a fake height that was extended by the Wilpons. That man did not play to the way that the to the way that the franchise hyped him up as. I want that to be very clear. That dude was not ready for a call up, and he got shafted. Mm-hmm. Now he's in Cleveland with Andres Jimenez. It's making no sense. Y'all traded two shortstops.
If they
this is the crazy part.
Develops real quick, if that infield, that's not bad.
That's disgusting.
That's not bad.
You putting Andres Jimenez at third? Let's go.
That oh my lord.
We need it. Let's do it. Go do it. My deal is, why would the Mets make that type of you gotta sign Frankie. That's the idea, right? But at the same token, I know y'all. I know what it is. I get it. The man said that he didn't want anybody learning on his dime. But y'all definitely got a GM in.
Yes, too. Because you already know, then you already put yourself in a box because you're not developing properly. You don't want nobody learning on your dime, then you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong bit. I'm sorry to say it, but you're in the wrong business.
The GM is gonna learn on their dime. Steve Cohen is learning on his dime.
Right.
Bro, what you mean? Luis Rojas is learning on his dime. But let's get real. Let's get really real. Luis Rojas is learning on his dime, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that man has no managerial experience.
You've never owned a team before. You've never owned a team before. You're learning on your own dime.
All the way. You got a GM that they had to end up firing. Rojas is a new manager from 2020. Jeremy Hefner is the pitching coach.
Right. Who's never done it at the big league level. Go ahead.
I just want people to think about that. Yo, comment, bro. Comment, y'all. I'm just saying. Bro,
and here's the thing.
What are we talking about?
You don't want nobody learning on your dime, right? Okay, we'll play that game, right? You had to hire 2 general managers in the span of a month and a half. Now, granted, you didn't know, and we don't know how much they knew about Porter. So let's put that in.
I was just saying, we don't know how much they knew, but we don't know how much some people in the Mets organization knew about Porter. Clearly, I'm gonna assume, this is just my assumption. I'm gonna assume that Sandy Alderson didn't know anything about Porter, and the people around him that did know something about him didn't want to say nothing. That's just my assumption.
That's a dereliction of duty too. That's worse. That's just as bad as the Indians and Mickey Callaway. You knew something, but you didn't want to say nothing. What is that? What is that?
Or Jared Porter on the Cubs, just saying, yeah.
What the fuck? What is that?
Listen, man.
How do we make excuses for this garbage? This is garbage. And we sit here and we make excuses and go, oh, well, that's just the way it is. Really?
It's not, bro. It's not, y'all. We can't pretend like this is the way it is, because let me tell you something right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the way it is. Oh, yeah. It's acceptable. So it's acceptable
to look past things.
Right.
It's acceptable to look past things. It's acceptable to know a situation could potentially be going on and dive right in.
But
it's
I'm
acceptable
saying,
to not tell
going back
people.
to Steve Cohen, because I don't want to get off the top. Going back to, like, Steve Cohen hurt himself. I'm sorry, and I understand that Met fans love to hear this. Oh, I want to win a championship in 3 to 5 years. Good, Steve. I'm glad you feel that way, Steve. That's great. But
that's very hard.
You're setting yourself up for so much failure, because if you don't win one in 3 to 5 years, how much you blow V8 and you say, oh, well, this could be good for us, and it ain't gonna matter at the end of the day.
That's right. You lost some respect.
Because
now, I will say this though. Let me interject real quick as we get into this too. I will say this. If you know, oh my Lord! Wow, what's up, Leto? That is not someone I was expecting to watch. Nah. The point is,
look, we could look. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, like to the point, right? I kind of wish that when these GMs and these owners and all these people speak, don't make predictions that you don't write checks you know your mouth can't cash. Like, don't do that, because then you sound foolish as Rick's screen goes black. You sound foolish. And the reason why I know that sounds foolish is because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for the things that we say and do. And the New York Mets have done this purposely, and they've put themselves in these situations where you've talked about, we want to do this and we want to win this many titles, or we want to build this type of club, and we've heard all that. We heard them say all that. We've heard them bloviate about how good they feel. But at the end of the day, I don't really respect someone who puts, his mouth on display like that. Because if it doesn't work out, yes, you look ambitious, but you also look foolish. And that's when it becomes a problem, because Met fans have been so scarred with, oh, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna be a part of this organization, that we want to keep winning, and we want to build something for the future. I get all that. That's cool. I'm glad you have that drive and that ability, but I don't really want to put my mouth. I don't really want to talk too much, especially when I'm coming into a situation that has to be somewhat figured out, rebuilt from a public relations standpoint. And they haven't done a good job of figuring out the public relations standpoint. And, we've seen it with the New York Jets, for example. I applaud Robert Saleh, new head coach of the New York Jets, for saying we want to win Super Bowls. But, bro, read the room. Understand where you are. Understand that when you say I want to win a Super Bowl, you're talking to a fan base that hasn't won it in 50 years. Like, you have to be very self-conscious about the things you say, the way that you go about handling your business. You look crazy when you say those things. And, I often wonder, I look at a guy like,
there you go. Sorry.
I was just talking about the Jets head coach. You can't make predictions in these markets like New York, because the media is going to eat you alive. The fan base is going to eat you alive.
Right.
Jets, Mets, and Knicks fans are looking for you to say something stupid, so they can be like, you know what? You see, that's why this guy's an idiot. That's
exactly. And the deal is, like, y'all know what it is. Look, the Jets is a whole different story, but the same thing applies to the Mets as well, and the Knicks. We've been in pains, pains for a long time. Like, we're not even talking about, like, with the Knicks, I think have had like a a while, well, a little short run somewhere. That was a playoff run.
The only one you could speak of, but that was that.
The Jets haven't made
when you had 90-year-old Jason Kidd, Kurt Thomas, 90.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, when's the last time the Jets had a wild card game?
They haven't made
a meaningful one.
Years.
Okay, there you go. And the Mets haven't made one since 2015, and that 2016. If that even counts. It's just like, dude, we've been watching, and some of these players on the come up in 2015 and 2016, we were watching them and going, man, they got so much potential, but they're on this ball club. It just is what it is. And some of those players are still here. Right. And I get it. Listen, I get it. I truly do. I understand what the psychology is, but there's so much leveled on the idea of if. If we increase the morale,
that's all it is an if.
And it's the thing. Let's go through the ifs. If we increase the morale of the ball club by having a new ownership and a new frontier of running the club, a new idea of running the club, maybe they'll play better. If everyone's healthy and 100%, we got a great team. If we have a great bullpen this year and everybody's on, then we got a solid team. If everyone on the bench is great, Jose Martinez, everybody be great. Listen, if this all plugs together, we can be in the playoffs.
Right.
You know what they say about ifs, bro? Listen, I love the Mets like any other, man. I do. And I will be biased. It is what it is. I don't care because shoot me. I don't care. Sue me. It doesn't matter. Listen, what I'm saying is, well, don't shoot me. But you can sue. You sue me. You had to serve me first, and it's kind of hard to catch.
All right.
Anyway, but you gotta recognize the reality. Ifs suck. They just do.
Right.
There's no solidarity, and there can't be. Listen, do I think the Mets are going to make the playoffs this year? Absolutely. Right. I do. I do think they are. Mm-hmm. Do I think they'll make it really, really far? Probably not. The wild card. They'll pass the wild card. Let's not get crazy now. Nick, to correct. Nick, if you're watching, to correct the text that I had said last time, I don't know about the NLCS. DS, they'll be in there. CS, I don't know, man. It depends on who they face.
And that's that's an
if.
What you look like health-wise. What do you look like health-wise? What is
because I'll tell you this right now. God forbid, I'll just say it so it don't happen. Usually when I say things that could happen, they don't happen. They don't happen. But God forbid, if Jacob's throwing 100s like it's nothing. If that man goes out with something with his arm, we got a problem.
Right.
Ain't nobody taking up that slot. Don't tell me nothing about Noah Syndergaard coming back and whatever. No, don't tell me nothing, bro. Nothing. There's nothing you can say. If Jacob deGrom goes down with something, God forbid, bro, firstly, every Met fan is going to be upset, including myself. Secondly, we not going to the playoffs. It's a dub. Noah Syndergaard coming back ain't going to save that. Cookie Carrasco's not going to be the ace of this team. So
what are we doing? This is all right. I'm gonna give you guys a peek behind the curtain. We're gonna take it back to our 27 out states because I remember one day me and this guy were talking. We were having a serious, legitimate conversation. And I made him feel I dumbfounded him. He knows exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, I do.
I said to him, yo, you have to have depth at every level of your system. It doesn't matter if you're in low A, middle A, high A, don't matter. And I said to him, I want at least 5 to 6 quality starting pitchers at each level. Not one at each. I want 5 or 6 each. They don't have to be aces. They don't have to be superstar dudes. I just need to know that if I put them out there, they can get people out and they can give me innings.
Yep.
What are we seeing around baseball right now? Injuries to pitchers There's no depth in systems. Nobody is saying, you know what? Let me go. All right, it's good to have the guy that throws 98, but let me get the guy that throws 94 with a solid cutter, with a good quality changeup and a nice slider, because that's the guy that's going to give me 200 innings. That's the guy that's going to get people out. He may not light up the radar gun, but he's going to do his job.
But see, here's the thing. Let's say that, right? Because Met fans, y'all feel the same way. That for us is supposed to be, from what I understand it to be, maybe not 94. I think he's a little faster than 94. But I believe that that's supposed to be the job of a Marcus Stroman.
Right.
I don't know what to say about that. Here's the problem that I have with Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman is a solid 4. On almost any great ball club, he's a solid 4. He's our number 3. And I know that might not seem like a lot, but the problem is our number 2 starter is a solid 3.
Yeah.
Being a placeholder for Noah Syndergaard? Let me just say this right quick so everybody knows. And all Met fans know, everybody knows, let's get this over with. Mm-hmm. The Mets, let's get realistic. Y'all wanted to have a competitive ball club. We got one. That is a competitive ball club. Mm-hmm. That is not a ball club that will be in the World Series this year. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. Don't care what y'all say. Doesn't matter. They're not going to be in the World Series this year.
And now,
and they won't be in the World Series in 2021 if they don't approve that.
I'll equate it to this. Right? I'll equate it to this. I'll do this. Nick fans have been yelling for the last 5 seasons, yo, just get me 500 ball. Just get me 500.
They're going to get it. So as long as there's no major injury, they're going to get it.
500 right now. Bro, let this keep developing. Let it keep building. At the end of the day, it's you got to go through the growing pains, bro. We always want to skip steps. That's a life thing. That's not even a sports thing. Like, we never want to sit there and go through the steps of saying, you know what? I got to go through some suffering. I got to go through some things that may put me in a situation where, damn it, I don't want to go through this, but I got to go through this in order to grow. Like, all right, you know what? We ain't going to take it away from sports for a second. We're going to talk about real life. We're going to, y'all ready to be taught something? So me and this dude, this guy right here, he's my brother. We ain't even all this stuff that we do. You see why he's here? He's doing this out of, first of all, the company that we started.
Shout out to Nick, because I know he couldn't be here today, but I hope he's watching the show at least.
But the company that we started together is one of the main reasons why I push so hard for this show, because I'm like, yo, we need to get back to talking about realistic expectations for these things. When we started this company together, we realized, yo, this is gonna be harder than that. This is gonna be harder than anything we've ever done in our life, because this doesn't necessitate people helping you. Like, you got to do it the hard way. Like, there's no we doing it from scratch. And the thing is, the beauty of doing something from scratch feels so much better when you got people on your team that are willing to go through the sacrifices with you. What happened to when your team gets good and you're like, yo, we finally good? Why don't we want to go through the sacrifice? Why we want to skip steps when we get over 500? We start talking about playoffs and chips. And I'm like, bro, you were just clamoring for 500 ball last week. Now you want to run around and huh?
You have to take it. You have to go one day at a time. You got to go one day. And here's the deal. Y'all. You know, I guess it's not supposed to be my job to take it back to baseball right away, but I'm going to anyway. It is what it is. Bro, I know a lot of Met fans right now are looking at this new owner, and they're going, yo, we can be what Steve Cohen couldn't do when he couldn't get the Dodgers. Yo, he can make the next Dodger franchise. That's what he wants to do. Here's the problem. Y'all ready? It takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of development, and more importantly, the Dodgers, when new ownership came, they already had the minor league system. We don't have it. My deal is, I understand that feeling. being, and I know Stefan does too, being co-owners of Three Cliffs Media, to building this company from the bottom. I have never looked at that man and said, yo, in 3 to 5 years, we're going to be billionaires. Do I think we're going to be billionaires one day? I believe so. But 3 to 5 years, bro, what are we putting a number on it now? Yeah. Are we in a place? Is our setup in a place to where we could say that? No. And this translates to the Mets in the same way. It's not. 3 to 5 years to win the World Series? Yeah. Bro, if you would be, let's put it like this, you're going to be lucky if the Mets make the World Series in 3 years. You will be even more lucky if the Mets win a World Series in 5. Mm-hmm. Maybe 1. The problem that I have with all this is, how much does it all cost? And I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, well, Steve Cohen, he got $14 billion. Let's just cut to the chase. I know people will get mad. It is what it is. I don't care. Y'all like stereotypes. It's funny. It is what it is. Steve Cohen's a Jew. He's not really trying to spend that money. This is what it is.
I'm not going there.
I'm just saying. I'll say it. You didn't say it. I say it because I'm real. I'm willing to say that. You didn't see the shirt. It is what it is. Cop shirt. Three Cliffs Media shop. So my deal is, I'm just saying, dude's not willing to spend all that money.
Right.
And thank you, Kayla. That's a great quote right there. Listen, you gotta build and sustain success. And not on that Ja Rule commercial thing. Not on that. I'm just saying, for real, you have to build and sustain. Steph remembers that commercial. So y'all gotta, we gotta build and sustain success. That's a good. The Sixers are a good look. That's a good look. That's a great example of that. Right. The Sixers are a great example of that. Just build and sustain. When the Dodgers won the World Series in a shortened season, hold on. When the Dodgers won a shortened season World Series last year, you do have to understand something really important. And I know the people won't put in the scope because I promise you something. I'll say it right now. The Dodgers don't win that World Series if there's 162 games. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. My point is, on top of all that, before that season started, y'all had to get Mookie. Y'all built a franchise that was going to the World Series on multiple occasions and still didn't win it. They were doing that in the course of 5 years? About 5? They went through 5 years where I think 3 out of the 5, they were in the World Series.
Where were they there? They were there in 17. They were there
not 18, not 19. They were 18.
18,
right?
And they were there last year.
I think, but even before that, weren't they in the World Series in 2016? No, not 15. No, it's not even 16. Yeah.
So it was 17.
17, 18, 20. So 3 out of the last 5 years, they have been in the World Series. And the reason why I say 5 years is that all 5 of those years, they were competitive. Mm-hmm. They were in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. My deal is, besides the very obvious statement, it takes so much to win a World Series.
Right.
That team had been all 5 of those years, all 5 of those years, that team was pegged to win the World Series with favorable odds. Right. All 5 of those years that I'm talking about. I'm talking about 2015 and 2020. They were pegged to win the World Series, all 5.
Right.
They were only in it 3, and they only won 1.
Right.
Can you explain to me, if you're the New York Mets, forget the ownership, because I know he's new. Welcome to the reality, Mr. Cohen.
Right.
Can you explain to me as a Met fan how you expect this process?
Right.
There you go, Kayla. Can you explain to me how this process starts with this promise and not have fans going, bro, I'll tell you this right now. It's taken me a lot as a Met fan. It's taking me a lot to not look over and go, is this Wilpon 2.0?
Well, I'll finish the show by saying this because I want to rap. I'll finish the show by saying this.
I'll comment about that too if y'all want. Get at me on that.
It shows a lack of reading the room. It shows a lack of you coming off as I own a baseball team, I'm rich, and I'm going to buy my way out of this situation. Where sometimes you got to have the foresight to say, you know what? Let me take a step back. Let me not do nothing for a year. Let me look at everything that we're going to look like. And this is why I didn't want them to sign anybody right away. Let him come in, give him a year, let him look at all the machinations that have to be done with this club before I start spending money, and let me see what it looks like from the 30,000 feet view, as opposed to just diving in and getting my hands already dirty. That doesn't That shows, hey, number one, I don't have the patience to say, you know what, let me just be patient. Let me see what it looks like. And then when it's time for me to spend money, I'm going to be able to do it. Like, for example, we all talk about the Frankie thing is the perfect example. I mentioned that before. Like, but you coming in and you're saying, well, I want to be like the next Dodgers. First of all, it took the Dodgers a long time to build that farm system, and it took the right general manager to build them that farm system. Because not everybody.
Two things y'all not given.
Not everybody is skilled enough to say, I'm going to go scout and build the right farm system. We can say it, but it's easy. It's more easier said than done. The thing I'll leave you guys with is this. Leadership comes in many forms, but one of the key things that I think you need in leadership is you got to have the patience and you got to have the foresight to know when's the right time to do something, whether it be signing a free agent or whatever it may be.
Exactly. And most importantly, and I'll end off my notes on this with this as well. Steve, I'm going to give Steve Cohen a slight bit of leeway here. Steve Cohen had been in minority owner for the New York Mets before he purchased the whole team. Let me be very clear. Minority owners aren't privy to much of the day-to-day operations that happen in that ball club. This is what it is. The reason why I made my Wilpon 2.0 comment is because I know it's a bit of a controversial comment, especially shouldn't have a negative view on something so positive. But the Wilpons were a minority owner before they bought the team too. And they had a lot of aspirations and dreams that they made clear when they first bought the team. And there you go, Kayla. They made a lot of aspirations. They made a lot of statements. And they said, oh, we're going to go for it. So now that we're here, I need to make this clear. I'm actually, as a Met fan, very scared. Y'all can be all happy and it's all cool and that's all great, but I, as a Met fan, understand baseball as a whole, and I know what that man said he should have never said.
Right.
I also know that what that man said is damn near unrealistic, and I mean you're hard pressed to make that realistic. I can go through 7 billion things that I could say. Oh, I would have said this if I was it. I'm not even going to do that. All I'm saying is we're going to watch the games. We're going to support. We're going to watch it grow. We're going to watch it because there is new ownership and there is a new outlook on the club. And we're not going to wait with bated breath. There's a lot of talented individuals on that ball club, and it's a solid, solid team. Enjoy it for what it is and not for what everybody wants to dream it'll be. It's a good team. Go out there, hopefully go out there, go to the ballparks, enjoy the game, make sure you get vaccinated and do it, and make sure while you're at the game you get a Nick Steph Show mask. You know what it is. Have a Nick Steph Show mask on. Support the team, support the show, support what we're doing as well, and most importantly, support young black businesses. I'm just saying with base. I'm just saying because
Hey,
right
man.
here,
Anyway,
two minorities from Brooklyn getting it done. That's what we're trying to do.
I hear you.
Also, support this show. Shout out to Nick. I know he couldn't be here today. I hope I did a good service, do my thing. There's been a lot of weird screw ups here. It's a long day, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know Stefan's gonna give y'all a real send off, but I just want to say I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. Thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Rick. Stefan.
Hey. So as Rick just put it, we hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Rick, for filling in. Big Dog, we'll see you on Thursday, brother. And
yeah, I will too.
We'll be back at 6 p.m. on Thursday. So mark the time slot. 6 p.m. on Thursday. All right. And same bad time, same bad channel. Razor, thanks again, man. This was fun.
3clipsmedia.com/shop. I'm not showing. I'm just saying. So, man, it's been fun. Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate it. We making these movies and making this work go. But thank y'all. Comment even after the fact. You're rewatching. Comment. I'll go and read them myself for sure. See y'all.